How y'all doing? I'm easy work boxing, baby. About to hit you everywhere, but under your feet with this one. Sorry, it's been a long time. I'm sorry, I had to work. Now, the question is with Teofimo Lopez, most of his losses has came from injury. So, Teofimo Lopez, while you doing blood, sweat, and tears and you telling us that you had this injury and that injury and this the injury and that injury before you fought everybody else and you had an injury before you went and showed out against Josh Taylor and you still came out looking very impressive against Josh Taylor. Will that be the excuse if you were to lose to Jermaine Ortiz? People got to look at this in this situation. You say you was injured against, or you were going through things physically, mentally, and well, not offended, but you say you were going through something that, what's the cause of you losing to Lomachenko? You went 6 rounds, 7 rounds with Lomachenko where you were on top, and in the later rounds he started beating you up. Nobody pays attention to that. If you go back and you watch the fight, in the later rounds he was getting beat up, but he was the aggressor for the first early rounds. So the question is I have for the fans is, if Jermaine Ortiz was to come out there, was a guy that went toe-to-toe with Lomachenko and gave him a good fight, it could have won a draw. It could have went either way for both of those opponents. And, of course, you know, the big name fighter politics of boxing is going to go to Lomachenko. So the question is, when you go and fight, which you shouldn't have any excuses because you've been on a long layoff, your body should have been healed from anything, any injury that you have. Will you blame it on an injury or something that's happened to you before the fight? Because when Kambosos beat you, and I can, my 50%, my mind is on 50% chance that yes, something was possibly wrong with you with Kambosos. Then you say with Sandor Martin, your hand was still injured from Sandor Martin. Then you go get in the ring against the former undisputed champion, Josh Taylor, still suffering an injury. Well, you look spectacular. So the question is, T.O., do you lie when you lose? Do you make up excuses when you lose to certain people? Because I'm going to be real with you, and I'm a fan of the takeover. I feel you got took over against Sandor Martin. I feel his style was just different. He was more patient. He was an aggressive fighter. He took his time, and he did what was necessary to beat you. When you were in the ring that night, you didn't say, do I still have it? Because you had an injury. That don't make sense. A fighter of your caliber would have stood up and said it was a close fight because I had an injury. My hand was still hurt. I respect Sandor Martin. I'm not trying to knock him down or say anything bad about him, but the reason that I lost is because my hand was injured. So if Jermaine Ortiz, which I believe, y'all, in my opinion, you don't have to agree with it. I love Teofimo Lopez, especially after Josh Taylor victory. I think Ortiz is going to go out there and show him something that he ain't seen. I think Ortiz is going to go out there and push it to the limit and possibly beat Teofimo Lopez. So if that happens, will it be an injury, Teofimo? Will it be an injury? Y'all let me know how y'all feel in the comment section.